All right. Everything should be good. All right, sweet. I believe we are live on YouTube's, live on the tube. But okay, cool. So we are going to do some back testing today. And first and foremost, I do want to cover what my strategy is, because I know some people have asked, and I always point them to the live streams, and on top of that I link like the streams to them, tell them where to find it, my posts and all that. But this is going to be for more specifically new people that come into the stream or just always looking for it, so you know exactly where to go. But to quickly run through the strategy, it's a rebalance strategy, and you may have heard this from other people before. Honestly, just one day in December, as I was backtesting, I just noticed like different patterns, kind of not patterns, but different things playing out like very repetitively. So as I was like looking at all that kind of information, that's when I came across this rebalance and kind of put it together, and then back tested it for a little bit, and here we are. So to break it down, first and foremost, the rebalance strategy is where you'll have at least 2 5-minute imbalances created. If there's more imbalances created, the better, especially on the higher time frames. If, of course, there's a reason for us to swing to a certain direction with strength, then you can anticipate those could be your TPs, like the higher time frames. And then the second thing that you're looking for is market structure shift. So you want to see some type of liquidity ran through, whether it's the buy side or the sell side. And at that point, we'll start looking at the candles. So for the first candle, that's where the liquidities ran through. The second candle, you want the wick of the second to be the newest and the most highest high or the most lowest low. The third candle is going to be our indicator that if it doesn't break or fails to break the second candle high or low, then in that case we can go ahead and safely enter into the trade. So to get into the trade, the entry would be at the close of the smaller candle body between the second or the third candle, and I'll make sure to show you guys one example before we actually go into TradeZella backtesting. The stop would be placed at the candle 2's lowest low or highest high, and obviously if it comes back up there and takes you out, then just wasn't our time for that trade. And if it doesn't ever hit it, then obviously price should run to at least the first imbalance, and that's where your TP1 would be, where it's going to be 50% of the first imbalance, TP2 second 50% imbalance, etc., etc. For me, I've been kind of tweaking it. So with backtesting, I've been targeting primarily the 50%. But when I am actively trading, sometimes I go for the upper or the most lower portion of the imbalance itself. It definitely depends on price action, right? We want the context to see how price is reacting. We want to see if it's even capable of getting to certain levels of the imbalance. So that's something I need to backtest more myself, but for now, like a safe place for the strategy is just 50%. So yeah, that's kind of like the surface level breakdown of the rebalance strategy, focusing on the 5-minute time frame, and of course understanding the context of price action if we're going to go higher or lower helps. But yeah, so let me show you guys a quick example of what that looks like before we get into actual back testing here. We'll go back to the 8th. Oh shoot, let me do 10 a.m. on the 8th. Okay, sweet. Okay, I'm trying to remember what I did here. Okay, so this isn't the example I'll show for the rebalance strategy, but basically you'll see that we have 2 imbalances created, right? Now let me pull up this so then I can also show you. I think this is my last one I took. I don't think I have any notes. Oh, I do have some notes. So this is my rules, my playbook in TradeZella, so I can just be able to show you the example step by step. So first things first, we have the two imbalances created. As you'll see here, we have a 15 and 15, and it just so happens that there is also a 5-minute imbalance inside two. So we have one right here, well, we have one here, we have two, and we have three, then we have another one here, 4. So we do have a few imbalances created. And then we have the second one here, the 15. I think I already said that. So anyways, for me, when I do end up trading, I like to take note that I don't trade until New York Open, so 6:30. More recently on my days actually trading, I don't trade until like 6:45, 7 a.m. So my backtesting is a little bit skewed in the sense that this is data collected from trading like at New York Open up until whenever I stop, versus my actual trading right now in my current present life. I'm trading like 6:45, 7 a.m. So yeah, there's that to know. But anyways, the example. So we have the two imbalances created, 15-minute and the 5 minutes created. Now we do have a clear market structure shift here, where on the smaller time frame we are going higher, or I'm sorry, in the higher time frame we're going higher, and we just want to retest these right here. So the shift is going to be here where we have this push up around 5 a.m. and then we're coming lower to go ahead and sweep this liquidity right here, and from here we're pushing back up into those imbalances. So if you wanted to use this specific example, this could be candle 1 right here where my mouse is, candle 2 is this smaller black candle, and then candle 3 is this large bullish candle. So oops, again, I didn't place any trades here just simply because I'm not trading this time frame, but this is just for the sake of the example of the live stream. So that's how the candle structure works. 1, 2, 3, imbalance created, market structure shift. We have a pullback, and then we are grabbing this little short-term sell side liquidity here, and we are pushing back up to retrace back into those imbalances above. For exit criteria, it's either 50% of the first imbalance. In this case, we have two imbalances, right? So 50% here, if you have 2 contracts in or 20 micros or whatever it is, TP2 would be the second one here at the 50% level. And then if you don't want to go directly for imbalances, I also have an exit criteria if I'm hitting a 1 to 2 or 1 to 3. I've noticed on average, my risk to reward for this type of strategy is like a 1 to 3-ish. It doesn't very often go over like a 1 to 5. Every now and then you can get the rare 1 to 4s, 1 to 2s as well. But if you feel more comfortable exiting at a 1 to 2, nothing wrong with that. You don't have to get the 50% imbalance, especially if the 50% imbalance is going for like a 1 to 5. And based on my data, that's not very often that happens. So if I know that, then I would be more than comfortable exiting sooner. So other conditions to look for is looking for that buy side or sell side liquidity to be swept, and then waiting for clear support and resistance to be created. So yeah, hopefully that kind of quick breakdown of the strat is helpful for those that have been watching my streams, and in my past streams I also break it down in the beginning too, except for maybe my last like few streams. So yeah, hopefully that's helpful. But oh, and then one more question that I've gotten before, and I talk about it in the streams as well, but this is just again for those that maybe are new. It's about how do you know when to really enter into the trade, right? Because if you're trying to enter at the smaller candle body of candle 2 or 3, like how do you know if the entry is right? What if the price already moves in your favor and doesn't give you a chance to enter? Well, truth of the matter is, if it doesn't give you a chance to enter in forward testing or live markets, then you're not going to be able to get into the trade. That's just simple truth, and it happens. You know, we miss opportunities all the time, but there's always going to be another one. So the next thing, or the other thing to it, is that you would watch the smaller time frame. So 5 minute is where we want to understand, right? So right here, these were break-even trades, I think. I don't even recall. Oh no, these were trailed trades. Okay, so if we're looking at, I'm trying to find a good example to show you. These are not good examples here. We're gonna go back in time really quick to the 7th. Oh shoot, we can't do that. no worries, we'll just do this. Because I really want to be able to show you an example. I think we could do this one. Let me go 5 minute here. Friday the 8th. No, right here. So no, here we got stops. Sorry, I'm really trying to find a decent example. I know I had a good trade from one of my backtesting ones. Just gotta find it. I think it was this one. Oh yeah, right here. Okay, so this one was from Wednesday the 6th. Wednesday the 6th. Sorry, gotta go all the way back here. Okay. So this one, I think we actually missed this trade, didn't we? Oh yeah, because I don't even remember what this trade was. No, this was our trial trade. I remember writing about this one. And then this one eventually played out, but we obviously didn't take that trade. Okay, so right here would be an example of where, actually this is a great example. I wish I took this trade. This is literally a 5 minute right here. Perfect 50% test. Okay. So, and then we have a 5 minute down here. So there's 2 imbalances created. Okay, so the main question that I was trying to cover while looking for an example here was, how do you know when to enter, especially if price is already moving in your favor? So when you look at the 5 minute chart here, perfect 1, 2, 3 candles set up, right? We have candle 1, candle 2, candle 3. We have 2 imbalances created, 1, 2, clear market structure shift where internal or external buy side or sell side liquidity is swept. So you can see we have a nice market structure sweep right here. So we had this high, we swept it, and we still closed underneath it, right? Then as I mentioned, 1, 2, 3, that criteria is met. Now at this point, how do you enter? So if you're watching and paying attention to the 5, it's obviously a little tricky because it looks like it just already dropped without you. So then if you come over to this right here, you'll see that we broke over it. So this is 7:30, this is 7:35 candle. So right here we have the break over it, we failed to close, and then we're retesting that same liquidity level. So at this point, it's a little tricky, right? Obviously, if you are comfortable with entering here, right when we do a break, pretty much in a retest back up, you could enter right about the 800s, your stop above 23, that's a 20-point stop. And obviously, if you're on micros, and that's still a 20-point stop, but less risk on the table, there's that. And then also, if you don't want to do the break and retest, if you want to just let the trade play without you, you can. You could also note one thing that I'm really trying to focus on is pin bars. So this is a clear pin bar, and based on how price is just reacting here, swiftly up, swiftly down. Same thing here, we had a swift move up, expecting some type of pullback to come back down. So it's all about context of the market, and in my opinion, it's just having experience on the charts to know if this is like a prime entry. So for me, it's, it's something that I'm working on. That's why I'm backtesting more often with the strategies, because I want to train my eyes to be able to, execute faster. Because even in backtesting, not until like shortly after, sometimes I'll miss the entry. I'm like, oh, let me actually go back and see if this will actually play out in this trade if I would have to take it, or if I had taken it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So I hope that answers that question for the person that has recently asked me about how do you know when to enter. The break and retest, right? The break, and then we're retesting that break again, failed. Or you can pay attention to the candle creation on the 5 minute. This is a pin bar, so we can have a nice move down, and based on the context of price, extremely, moving up with extremeness. Like there's not really any crazy pullbacks. We have 2 imbalances created. I don't see a reason why I wouldn't retest. So yeah, I hope that helps. But in other news, we are gonna jump into backtesting now. I just realized I think I got rid of my Friday the 8th trades. I hope not. Oh no, it's right here. Okay, nice. So we're gonna go to Monday. And hopefully as I go through back testing, like I'll break it down a little bit more while I'm doing it. So then in real time, or not real time per se, but as you're watching me live stream, you guys can see what I'm looking for. Let me check the chat too, because I realized that I have the chat, but it's just been hiding. Okay, here it is. I'm gonna get my bed up. All right, hey, what's up, everyone? Wow, this is great. Everyone's in here. Okay, cool. What's up, Callie Angel? What time do you usually trade? Nowadays, I'm trading like 6:45, 7 o'clock. I used to be more adamant about waking up early and being on the charts, like seated at my desk by 6:30, but there's just something about allowing myself to sleep in a little bit more and trying to avoid the morning open is giving me some peace of mind. So I've been waiting for like the 15-minute range to be created first. So yeah, about like nowadays, like 6:45, 7 o'clock. I really like the movement between 6:45 to 7:15, 7:30. So pretty solid. I like it so far. Narcissist, hey, good morning. Oh, it's actually 7:42 where I'm at, but good morning to you. Good evening to me. Yo, Pine Tree, what's up? Oh, shoot. Sorry, I actually had my drinky drink because it is a Wednesday night and we're back testing, and this is so cold I cannot open it to save my life. So my hands are like all wet from the can too. Oh my god, I'm struggling. Let me see if I can use this carabiner. But it's good to see you though, PTT. Everyone go follow Pine Tree Trader if you guys haven't already. Dude is literally so cool, and at the same time, he's been crushing it in his personal life. Like, I think he had mentioned on his live stream that this is his best personal month yet. This is hurting my nails, dude. And so, yeah, big shout out to Pine Tree for crushing it. Hey, Kana, what's up? Good to see you in here. You've been super active in the comments lately. I'm so happy that we're able to talk a bit on the stream. Hope you're doing good. How's your trading week going? New to futures trading MGC. I think that's micro gold tonight, and I added to my winning position, but my entry moved to where I added. I find this to be a bit negative. Do you add to trades? So that's a really amazing skill to have, to be able to like scale into winning positions. It's actually something I'm working on myself. I'm not the best at it, to be honest with you. I also tend to add in places where I think would be good, but then it ends up not being the best. Like, more often than not, it's not the best place to add for a winning position. So I am struggling with it myself, and it can be tricky because then obviously you're averaging into your position, changes your average entry. Did I say that twice? So anyways, yeah, I get what you mean. I've been watching FSP, which is Futures Scalper Pro on YouTube, and I've also been watching, I've been watching him for a while, but Selling Rips, those two traders on YouTube have been really helpful with like breaking down how they scale into their positions and like breaking down the difference between averaging into a loser versus a winner. So I'm not the best at it right now, and once I do become good at it, I got you, Kana, I will definitely share that insight. But for now, I would just, in my experience so far, I would recommend to watch those two guys because they are actually good at it and they've gotten so many payouts. So hopefully they're helpful for you too. Kevin, what up, Jess? What I miss? Use your code to get a 1-sip eval today. Oh, nothing much. Kevin just broke down my strategy real quick in the beginning of the stream, and then went over 2 examples, I think, for the stream or for the strategy. So you didn't really miss much. About to get started in back testing as soon as I catch up on the chat. So yeah, and then I cracked a cold one. So it was a rough morning for me. If you guys care, I could talk about that too. But yeah, didn't miss much. But thank you for using my code for the eval to live. Best of luck, dude. Honestly, I think that the E2Ls are such a good plan. I know everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Some people don't like it at all. Some people do. But I think that's a good option if you really want to get those live bonuses, because yeah, you don't get bonuses with any other account in any firm like that unless you're live. I think Tradeify does some sort of bonus with their lives, but I don't believe TopStep does any bonuses, and I don't think TickTick does any bonuses. I could be wrong, obviously, but from what I understand right now is only My Funded Futures does a huge bonus like the one that I talked about in my video. So best of luck. I really hope you're able to make it all the way to live. You got this. Pine Tree, love the pin bars. Yeah, dude, I actually rewatched your strategy video like 4 times because I really appreciate like your stream too. I think it was like the one we were like chit-chatting. But anyways, yeah, I was rewatching your stuff, Pine Tree, because I appreciate how you use your strategy with the type of candles you have and the formations. Oksano, yeah, what's up? You like the chart colors? Thank you. Yeah, I think it's super cute. The blue is the vibe, you know? Blue's to keep calm, that's why. If it's red, it's going to cause more emotions, and if it's green, it's going to mess with the mind about greed and money. So blue's calm and black is very just neutral, just there. So Can I usually miss the streams and rewatch them? Thank you for the response. Maybe I'll have to practice with the timing of it. I'll give them a look. Please tell me about the name of their channel. Yeah, I forgot that it was you kind of that asked about the breakdown of the strat. So hopefully it helped. But yeah, I'm thankful that you're even, rewatching some of the things that I pointed out to you. Yeah, it really is about just screen time and being able to like recognize and execute accordingly, like, when it's there. For me, I'm still working on it. That's why I'm backtesting. So this, like, based on the stats of this so far, let me go back actually to show you. Based on the stats of this strategy so far, it's honestly not bad. So if you are able to execute accordingly, like, you could definitely have a pretty good strategy on your hand. Now it's just a matter of like the trader getting it down, right? So like we have an average 1 to 3, profit factor 4.5. My win rate is not the highest. I'm someone that likes to be 65%, to be honest. So definitely need to get this up. But even if you don't consider win rate, like, the strategy does appear to be working with the technicals so far. It's just a matter of, again, like executing and whatnot. So let me go back to the session and then back to the chat. And yeah, the name of the 2 guys that I'm using, or I'm sorry, not using, the 2 guys that I'm watching for scaling into positions is FSP. I'll write it down for you. So FSP and selling. Oops. I do not know these 2 guys at all, but I do love their content. And FSP's live on stream like every day for a few hours actually, and he like talks through his stuff too. So if you wanted to watch him, and then Selling Rips, he does live streams too, but I do really like his short videos because it's really compact with information about trading psychology and his trades as well. But I do like comment on his stuff on Twitter because he's just such a cool guy and he actually responds back. So don't know them personally, but they're cool people. Let's see. Oksana, agreed. Yeah, dude, the blue and black is everything. Yeah, no problem, Kenna. No problem. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. I want to finish this session already because I've been slacking bad on backtesting for this session. So, okay. I have one more chat here and then we'll get started. Amy, Jess. Oksana and I are one of the few trading couples who met in a Discord, and we both love your content and self-reflection. Oh my god, that's so cute that you guys are a couple and you guys met from Discord. That is so freaking cute. Congratulations. See, online love is real, guys. Shout out to Amy and Oksana. That is so cool that you guys are a trading couple too. I don't know many trading couples. I only know you guys now, and then if you guys follow Joyce Tran on YouTube, her and her boyfriend Michael. I don't know Michael, but based on like people commenting, he's also a trader, and then she talks about them trading, and her content shows them doing like trading sessions together, and it's so cute. So I feel very special and honored to have another fellow trading couple in my life. But thank you for supporting the journey, the content, and the self-reflections I have. Yeah, it could be embarrassing, honestly. Like, it's tough sometimes to like post the train psychology part of it, but it happens. So gotta talk about it. Speaking of which, I want to be transparent with you guys too, about what happened today for me, and then we'll go into backtesting, because let me see if I can log in real quick. Because it was like it was more so of a bad day for me, in the sense of not only did it hit my DLL on my accounts, but also I utterly just avoided my rules today on my Tradeify accounts. So let me go ahead and throw this guy on the screen so you guys can see. Let me make sure it's actually showing. Okay, cool. So I know I'm gonna be a bit dark because the light is from the screen, but these are my Tradeify accounts. Hit DLL on all of them. I literally picked them up today, and I was really upset in the moment about it. Honestly, I journaled in my book about how I performed and how I felt, and that I simply did not follow my rules on these accounts. The number one rule one of my number one rules, or I should say my priority rules, is I oversized heavy into these accounts when I should not have. And that was the worst mistake I could have done. I should have just turned it off and walked away, but I was so adamant about getting to at least like $0 balance. So anyways, the only account that did well was after I had walked away from the screen, and then I came back. I was like, okay, you know what? Like, I don't feel as crazy in my head right now with emotions. I came back and I actually locked in a little over $1,100 in profit. So it just goes to show, like, if you have your emotions in check, then you can perform well, like how I done here. But the other accounts, the other 9, I just blew through it. So this one, my DLL was not respected. I don't know what happened, but an extra $700, $800 was not respected for my DLL. So I was down like, what, that's like 3,300 or something. So that sucks. These are growth accounts. These 5 are growth, and these are the straight to funded. So yeah, pretty sad about it. It is what it is though. But I just wanted to show you guys that. And then I also do have, let me do this, perfect. I do have my Tick account. Today I did hit my base hit of right below 650. My stats are whatever, 1-to-1, nothing crazy, 1.3 profit factor. My win rate percentage is super low, and a big chunk of that, in my opinion, is from when I had to lose a lot of money. I think on the 13th, I made like $8,000 that day, if you guys remember, and I had to go through a lot of different trades in order to like blow $6,000. It was insane. And then also on my DLL day, I know I had a lot of trades on that one too. But anyways, after the payout was removed, the 24th, everything went through. I went back into trading yesterday, and I only have to make $600 for the next 5 days in order to lock in the next payout. But I made a little bit over. I'm at 650 again. So I'm going to try to make 650 consistently for the next 3 more days in order to get the next payout. But I'm not going to push it. I most likely am going to take Friday off. And if anything, if I do trade, I might just stay on the micros on that day for this account. Not really have any profit target in mind with the micros, because it's only micros unless I get like a huge move. I'm not going to scalp with micros. But because Fridays I don't typically perform well, like these 2 days, surprisingly I did well, but I did not do well on my E2L account on this Friday. I think I lost a take profit account on this Friday. I can't remember. So I'm going to take Friday off, and I have my monthly cycle coming next week. So I know that's been messing with my emotions, including today, and I'm not going to risk it on my account for this upcoming Friday. It's not worth it. So yeah, anyways, that is my other account I traded today, and that was it. So just want to be transparent, show you my bad days, my bad moment with my Tradify accounts that I literally just picked up, and then show you the good part, which is my Tick account, where I'm on track to get my next payout. So yeah, let me get the chat back on my screen. Okay. I forgot why I even went into that, but just want to show you for transparency reasons where I'm at right now with my accounts. Oksana and Amy. Yeah, I love you guys, dude. That's so cool that you guys literally met on Discord and y'all are dating. Good for you guys. I hope you guys get married and have all the kids that you want to have. And if you have a lot, then make them all into little trader babies and I can babysit. Oksana, rules over P&L. Yeah, exactly. Just follow the rules of your plan and everything should be fine, whether you're green or red. Obviously, if you're green, that's even better. You can lock it in and green on your rules, green on your P&L. So anyways, yeah, wish that I stuck to my rules better on my Tradify accounts. All right, last 2 comments before I actually start backtesting. This is where I get like pulled into chat and I just don't want to backtest anymore. Oksana, speaking of marriage, we low-key got engaged today. Oh my god, you guys. Yo, chat, tell Oksana and Amy congratulations. They just got engaged. Yo, congratulations. That is amazing. I wish you guys all the best. Happy, healthy marriage and relationship for the rest of your lives. And then again, when you have kids, let me know and I'll babysit. Whenever your wedding is, let me know. I will be there. Your guys' cake better be in the shape of a candlestick. If it is not in the shape of a candlestick, I'm not going. I am not going. If your guys' wedding gift to the guests isn't anything about prop firm accounts, I'm not going either. Just kidding. No, dude, that is so cool. Congratulations. Desiro, how long does it take on average to get a payout from being in an eval? That's a good question. So if you're talking about like a generalized idea, it's a little tough to answer that because some people pass evals within the first day. Some people take a week, some people take a month, even longer. And even when they do pass an eval and they move into a funded, some people are strictly micro, some people are strictly minis. And obviously the set amount of contracts matters too on both ends. So it really depends on the trader, like how aggressive you are, what type of trading style you do you take every opportunity? It just depends. And obviously depending on the firm you're into, some firms do daily payouts like Take Profit or Trade Day. Other firms have a payout window like Tradeify or Apex. So it really depends at that point. It could be average of the same day. It could also be a week. It could be a month. It just depends on the trader. Just joined the live. Yuri, sorry, I can't pronounce your name right. Yuri, just joined the live. How many trades you take? It varies per day. I would say I take anywhere between like 1 all the way to 15. Just depends. If there's like an opportunity that I see I want to take advantage of, I'm gonna go for it. So yeah. I forgot who talked about it on Twitter, but there's this ideology that trade frequency has to be as little as possible, that trade frequency should be pretty much 1. And of course, when you minimize the amount of trades you take, you focus more on the higher quality setups, which makes absolute sense. I do agree with that. And then there's the other end of the stick where, just like this person on social media was saying, and also a friend of mine who's actually in the hedge funds, trade frequency also doesn't truly matter, because if you see an opportunity that fits your system, you should take it no matter how many trades you've taken. So if I go on the back end of one of my friends who's in the hedge fund space, he actually goes to my local gym. I haven't seen him in a while though, but he's like big in there as far as like he's made a lot of money. He's moved up in that space for him. But for him, he does Forex trading. And as you know, like Forex is like around the clock. There's multiple sessions. You can trade all the time with currency. And for him, he told me, long story short, that they train their brains to be mentally capable of being on the screen for at least 12 hours. So they do 12-hour sessions for a long time to prepare their brains. And then obviously as they move up in the ladder of their floor, their team or whatever, then they're able to execute accordingly in their sessions, right? So 12-hour sessions, you can imagine like how many possible opportunities there are. There could be one, there could be 5, there could be 20, right? So it just depends really on the trader. So that's why for me, I try not to be too strict about it. I mainly go off of like the system in my head about am I actively thinking too much, which am I actively feeling too much, which in this case today I was. That's why I hit DLL. Thankfully that's when I stepped away, and then when I came back I was clear-headed again. So for me, I go mainly off of my thinking process and my emotional process versus, oh, I can only take 2 and I'm gonna stop. That probably will reduce the amount of losses I have. That might increase my win rate, I don't know, but for right now, that's how I'm actively trading. I think once I fully stick to this strategy, I'll probably take like a minimum of like 3 to 5 trades, because in one session, based on like previous sessions I've done in backtesting, I could take upwards to like 5. So yeah, hopefully it answers your question, but it really depends on the trader. And oh wait, I'm sorry, your question was how many trades do I take? So hopefully I did answer your question, like between anywhere from 1 to 15 if I see a setup. Oksano, yeah dude, congrats, Amy and Oksana, that is so cool. Oksana usually takes 1, Kana takes 2. Nice, you see? So some people take very minimal amounts, higher quality setups, you take it, you win, you lose, doesn't matter, you guys shut it off, like that's good self-control. It all depends on the trader. I don't think there's anything wrong with taking multiple. There was also a short that I saw from Tanya Trades, if you follow her. She's so awesome, love her patience. She's so chill, dude. But in one of her recent shorts that I retweeted on my X account, it was about like taking more trades, especially like, you know, if you're like on a good streak there. Like there's nothing wrong with taking a few more if you're on a good streak and you're willing to obviously put the risk on the table. So yeah, but okay, I think that's enough, or that's all the chats actually I have so far. So in that case, I'm gonna jump into some streaming or back testing now. But you guys feel free to throw some more things in the chat if you guys want. If you guys want to chit chat, you know, hangout vibes, whatever, I'll be just back testing. Right now, the song I'm listening to is called Mutt by Leon Thomas, and I do want to show you guys because why not? Oops. Oh, whoops. There we go. Mutt by Leon Thomas. Such a good vibe. Oh, where's my charger? There it is. Okay. In time, I'm going to honestly have to figure out if I'm going to stick to this one strategy or if I'm going to focus on the 15-minute opening range, because I really want to lock in with just one main setup and then have like 2 or 3 playbooks. But I need to be good at this one. Like I need to be good at it. Okay, so we do have a gap down here. Take your time, what's the rush? So baby, I'm a dog on the mud. Okay, we do have this guy. There should be a better way to be able to do these horizontal lines with these rays, I swear. Oh, that's south side. Then we have another guy. Cool. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, and we filled all those imbalances. So the upside or downside, we just have the gap down here. We do have this 15 up here, but that was also created from this guy. There we go. Let's jump to the 1 real quick. And then the 4. And this big gap right here. This imbalance right here. Also, another thing is I'm not a fan of all-time highs. Like trading all-time highs, it's just not the vibe. It honestly gets tricky. For me, anyways. Oh, that's literally the same sell side I have right here. That's strange. Why is it not showing? I'm gonna delete it and then we'll, oops. That is so strange. Why didn't it show on my right screen? But let's do it right now. Okay. Okay, we do have this 5-minute here, it looks like. This could be a possible 5 and a 15 in one. I want to see a sweep of this. I would like to see a sweep of this to create another imbalance. Oh, we forgot the upper half. I think I'm gonna wear my glasses. Okay. Okay, sweet. So I mean, it would be really nice if we can get like maybe a retest of this and then fall to break this sell side, or we just go straight for the sell side since we're closing it underneath VWAP already. Yeah, close it underneath. Just take sell side down here, fill the gap probably. That'd be great. I don't know if I'll have any entry. I feel like these could have been my 2 entries already, but obviously this would have been the better entry up here. Right here we have the candle 1, 2, and then a retest of this whole thing. Yeah, then we have literally 1, 2 imbalances. Could have had a perfect trade there. So let's see if we get that fill to the downside. Retest up, break below, or just break down. That's what I want to see. Sweep it. There it is. Okay, there's the sweep. That's what we want to see. So yeah, that would have been our first or even our second entry to get into it. Because we had this buy side liquidity swept right here. Right? So buy side liquidity swept here. We have a gap. And gaps are considered a imbalance in a way. They're strong too because obviously gaps like to get filled. Only other thing is we don't have any other 15-minute. Oh, we have this H1. We have an H1 imbalance. My fault. So we technically do have some big boy option or imbalances below. So that would count. But either way, back to the 15. Let's see if we get any more imbalances created. Ride, will you ever continue your audiobook for Trading the Zone? I didn't realize that people actually enjoy that series or like were anticipating for the rest of it. If you would like me to continue the audiobook, oh my gosh, what was I even saying? That was so embarrassing. I could definitely do it. I definitely don't mind. I actually just finished this book. If you are interested in any pickups, it's a short read. It's called Don't Believe Everything You Think. I already recorded one video for it, but I think I'm going to scrap and do another one because this book is so good. It's so good. It's not specifically about trading. It's about our minds and how our active thinking is what is ultimately the root cause of our suffering that we create for ourselves. Like we create the suffering ourselves. And it makes it just very simple to understand. So I would just recommend to check it out if you are looking for a nice little short pickup read. Great book. Great book. But okay, we did have that sweep here. Close under, we got the sweep of sell side. Let's see if we get any 5 minutes here. So that was it's still the opening candle too. Mute myself. Okay, I'm back. we're gonna go ahead and push it to 640. There's the second sell side. 639, 640, and there's our gap. There's our 641, 42, 43, 44, 645. Okay, so now we are gonna go into our 1 second time frame. Let's go ahead and mark out, this is our 15 minutes. Like that, gap has been filled. And then we have this guy, that guy. That's a 15. If you actually break it down even more, okay, so that's taken, and then we have our 5s. We have one right here created. Oh, this is a new candle though, so let's not do that yet. Okay, and this is actually still being created. Oh no, this is our first. Yeah, this is still being created. So technically, do we have any 5s? No, this is the new opening candle. Okay, let's get it going. Let me actually leave it at 1. Do 2 seconds. 200s. We're gonna get down to 80s. See, like these are great scalp opportunities too. There's so many good scalp opportunities. Okay, break 15-minute low, retesting that low. So trying to reclaim back inside. 5-minute has not closed yet. I cannot see this up without you. Come on, let's see. 648. See where this guy closes. I'm gonna get those 80s yet. Okay, 649. Gotta be patient. Let this thing do its thing. Come on, there's 80s, finally. Okay, we're gonna come for this H1. Still waiting. Just waiting for a 5-minute setup. Okay, I think this is a little slow. We're gonna speed it up a little bit, just a little bit. Where are we at? 652. Where's the 80? 180. There it is. Okay, sweet. So 653. There's 180. Okay, we have this guy down here, which is our H1. Wait, really quick, let's pause. I also want to take note if there's any liquidity level down here. Yeah, I mean, I guess we do have this 170 right here that we could potentially have as another thing. Sell side. This is also support and resistance area. Let's extend that for notation. Okay, I'm back into our 15. Hey, what's up, Shoreshire? What's up? Welcome into the stream. It's good to hear from you. How have you been? How's everything going? Okay. Where's the... There it is. Okay. Back into it. Where are we at? This is 654. Okay, is it going to break that? Or are we gonna... Okay, there it goes. Breaking that new low. Grabbing that sell side at 170. Or is it going to? Pause. Actually, we don't need to pause. We can just mark. We do have this 5 here. Could be a potential push into the 5. Nice. Okay, so we still have that one available to use. Okay, so far we have a deep wick below. Haven't quite grabbed sell side below, as well as maybe if we can sweep this sell side down below here by 710, 715, and then we can see how price reacts if we're going to get a bounce from there to create our candle 2. So let's kind of keep it pushing forward here. Okay, there's the sweep. What time frame? We're at 657. Okay, there's that sweep we wanted. Is our 5 gonna close properly? 58. Okay, here's 59. Let me get one prepared just in case. Let's see where price closes. It could be worth the 9 points. But I want to see where price closes. I think just because for the sake of our previous support and resistance we've done before on our screen, I'm just going to give it a go. I want to see if we can use this past support and resistance as another support and resistance again. I think I might have entered too soon though, simply because we haven't even tapped it yet. But let's see, right? Let's just see. All right, and we're stopped. So let me pause this. Risk to reward was not bad. I was definitely willing to try. Only 9-point loss is not bad. So, it's taking forever. Okay, let me go ahead and pitch you guys on mute so that I can type. Sorry, guys. I know the typing can be loud on my keyboard, so. Okay, what are you guys saying? Sure, I'm doing alright. Happy to be here, although I missed a massive mood today, so I may be kicking myself a bit. Oh man, I'm happy to see you. It's definitely been a while, but rest assured you're not alone. I know a lot of us, including myself, missed the big move that happened since like last night, I think, during like Asian session or London session. But you're not alone, dude. It's totally cool. Desero and Kana. TradeZella is much better to backtest than FX replay. It paints candles real time. I have to switch. Yeah, it's actually one of its newest features. I'm not partnered or affiliate. That's another thing though. It's been doing these weird glitch things. I don't know why. But anyways, so yeah, one of the new features that they offer is where it breaks it down into seconds. So 1 second, 2, 10, 30 seconds, and then obviously in minutes if you want to speed it up. And then if you want to speed up even more, you have like the bunny speed editor thing here. So it's pretty neat, honestly. And really like the whole aspect of the journal thing here. You can go for each of your trades and write notes for each one, tag them as you want to. It's pretty cool. And then you can see all of like your things down here, all the orders you've placed, open positions, closed positions. I don't know why this is open. I thought I'm already out, but okay. No worries. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's not bad. I think the annual subscription's a pretty good price too. And then you can add up to 20 accounts. So if that's Top Step, My Funded Futures, Bullinox, whoever you're trading with, your own personal live, you can add everything in here. With your personal live, you can actually do an auto sync as well. So it will automatically connect to your TradeAvate, and you could trade as you would, and then it would automatically populate into your TradeZella for you, which is pretty cool. So it's pretty sick. Okay, let's get back into it. So where are we? So yeah, the candle just opened 7:01, and I placed the trade. So, you know, I was definitely early. Should have waited till like 7:02, 7:03 to see what's going on here. This is one of those glitch things. I don't know why it's doing that. As you can tell, I only placed one trade, but it's doing all that. So I'll just let it do its thing. So here's 7:02. I want to see how we react here at the support resistance zone. Is this going to be the bounce off of this as we wanted? At 7:03, let's get another order prepared just in case. I have to wait. Okay, so 7:03. 7:03. Let's wait for this 5-minute. Can we sweep and hold this 70s area? Oh wait, we have to wait for the next 5 after that. So let's just let it play. Okay, took that 75. 7 o'clock still. Hasn't even been 7:05. Let's move it. Okay, still waiting. Might be coming for this H1. Still have not entered in anything. This is 7:05. New 5-minute candle just opened. Let's see how we react on this support and resistance zone that we had from before. That it kind of respected, but not really. Or it kind of did. It closed above it still. Okay, still holding. Haven't entered anything yet. It's one of those days where just trend is super down. Nothing exciting about this at all. Okay, here we go. Can we see something happen here on our 5 next 10 minutes here? Candle 1, this is 2. 707. We're gonna speed it up a little bit more. And pause, going back into 2-second time frame. I would like to see that retest right there. There it is, that break and hold over. Is it going to come back and retest at 7:10? So that 2 to 3 minutes, or the 2 minutes before, great time to enter. That would have been 10 points there. Let's see if we come back down. I think I'm going to try for it. Candle 1, candle 2. We've already kind of made a move here. Let's see if we get a retest back into our candle, our next candle. Or we'll let it go without us. Yeah, because there was that sweep. Okay, let's see. I want to see how this next 5 minute reacts. Here's 7:10. Can we get the retest before we move higher? I think it's going to go without me. Yeah, especially because we have this going on right here. All that liquidity built up. So in this case, if I was in the trade at this point, you could just move 15 points in stock, or in whatever it's called. This would have been a breakout trade. There it goes for 50% almost. Could trail it even more. Yeah, and then TP would have been hit. Okay, so we unfortunately did not get that trade, but we did watch it at least go after having that sweep of sell side. Darn. See, what is it? Canna. You know how we were talking earlier about entry into a trade? So I got that first one. It was too soon. And it was before we even tested support resistance. And then as soon as we got into support resistance, we had this being built up. And then finally, this is where the entry should have been. I should have just placed my trade and went for it. But all part of the learning process. Okay, I gotta move on to the next day. Let me move it by a minute. Okay, so there's 50% or even the full fill, and now we're pulling back. What is this? 7, 12, 13, 14. Let me actually go into this. See how we react here. 10 seconds. Okay. Will this be a 1, 2, 3 to go lower to possibly take H1? 1, 2, 3. Where the entry could have been here. Let's watch. If not, let me go 1 minute. Just because I want to see what happens here. 7:20. So there's that retest. So we could have done another play if I had my, no, it would have missed me still, I think. There it is. So there's that break, took our first 50%, retest, came back to that sell side liquidity, that original breakout, and then break, retest, and then took off again. It might come back into this second 50%. So let's see if we actually get it. And there it is. So that could have been 2 really nice trades. Wasn't in it. Oh well. Let me make a note on my journal to look at this live stream. What time was this at? 1 hour and 7 minutes. Let me mute you guys so it's not too loud. Okay, I am back. Dang, that would have been such a clutch trade. Oh well. Let's go into number or day 12. Okay, so this has been taken. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying real quick while I'm setting this all up. Some crazy accumulation right here. Oh, look at that. Later in the morning, we finally fill this H1. Beautiful. So I don't think we have any more. Oh yeah, we do have some crazy ones down here. Okay, let's just extend it. And then one more. Got so many lined up from the bottom side. Oh, okay. Trading with Arterius. Yo, what's up? Thanks for coming in. Yeah. I think I want to make Wednesdays my new live streaming evening days where I'm just going to backtest and just vibe out. Hopefully that would work for you guys. Let me know if that works. If so, I could probably just make this like a permanent thing. Do I trade ICT? What's your strat? I do not trade ICT. I trade this, well, my back testing sessions is to focus on this rebalance strategy right here. If you go to the very beginning of the stream, I actually broke it down and went over 2 examples about it. But that's what I'm trying to focus on and get my brain to like mainly do as my main setup. However, I do also, as of right now, incorporate other things for playbooks. So I have wick tests, and I also do like quick scalps for like base hits as well. So wick tests, and then more so like liquidity sweeps, and then rebalances. So that's my main strategies or my main playbooks per se. Hey, what's up, Mello? You're the GOAT. I am not the GOAT. I've been in longs since open to 135. Been in longs since open at 3 o'clock right here. Since open, TP's 135. Dude, TP just hit. Yo, congrats. TP literally just hit. Hopefully you're able to secure your profits. Unless I missed it if you already hit it like earlier. No, I just literally hit it within this past minute. Congrats, Mela, congrats. Lock in that cash. Yeah, no, I'm just back testing. No trading for me. I've made a rule not to trade London or Asian or Tokyo or European. I don't even know the names of the sessions except for New York. So, yeah, no trading at night, just the morning for me. Yeah. But dude, that's sick. Look at that, right? It just literally hit. So you got in around like open, so around here somewhere? I mean, if you got in at the bottom of this, that'd be insane, dude. But congrats. Okay. Where are we at? Back to here. Okay, let's see if there's any imbalances for us to mark. We just got this huge 15-minute imbalance to work with so far. Let me see if I marked that correctly. Yeah. So we got that big 15 there, and then we got this 15 here. Mark that up, 15. We also have this buy side liquidity as well up here if we're able to make a move up. So we did have that sweep of H1. The support resistance was broken through, but we easily came back to reclaim. So this guy is still kind of holding. So we have sell side down here. 12 o'clock. No, that's too far out. Let's do 10:30. Okay, cool. There's no other imbalances for me to mark on the 15. Let's take a look at the 4. Ugly. Kind of looks like almost like a head and shoulders. Shoulder, head, shoulder. I'd love to see a retest of all these down here. But what's our 1 hour look like? Chop. straight chop. Holding the support and resistance area, as you can see above on the higher time frame, but does look like a head and shoulders to me. So overall, I would like to see these imbalances get filled, honestly. But let's see what price really has in store for us, right? No 5 minutes down here for us to mark. Nope. I would honestly love to see a break lower if we are in fact in a head and shoulders. But we do have 250 minutes to the upside, and we can't ignore that for an intraday scalp. So let's start the trades. 6:30 open, 31. Let's watch this. Let's speed it up to 10 seconds. Let's try to see the first 5 minutes and see how we open. Just chopping in this range, see if we can break this range. I want to see this 50% get tapped. We also have buy side here, we have buy side here. So this is our, right here, if we get a pullback to retest here one more time, maybe I'll re-enter, or I will enter. But let's see. Just because you do have a 1, 2, 3 setup, so the play should have been around like 210s, or 215, 220s for an entry, up to 250. Let's see if we can get that. Let me get a buy prepared just to try it. TP 50%. Stop. Oh, ooh, see, stop is a little. Ooh, it's not my favorite. What time frame is this? 6:40. 6:42. Okay, let's do it. Wait, what time is this? 6:42. We got 3 more minutes until the 15. I want to see. Okay, let's bring it down to 2 seconds. 6:45. Oh, pause. Wait, hold on. 6:45. It just opened, which means our 15-minute is right here, or our orb is right here. 15-minute low. 15-minute high. Okay. Oh. Okay, so pretty much our buy would look like in the middle of this whole range, and I'm not really vibing with that. So let's wait until 6:45 is fully closed and then go from there. Where's our 5-minute? Right here. 6:44. Yeah, because this is a huge long stop. Like, I mean, it's a 1-to-1. It's not bad, but I'm just not vibing with this here. We are like holding above VWAP technically though. Yeah, we'll just try it. To be frank, it looks like we're in this whole range right here. 1-to-1 pretty much. Okay, if we are able to in fact come up about like 20 points, I'll move stopped in, but I don't like that we're in this range. Honestly, I might even just take this off sooner than later. Okay, let's actually speed this guy up. It's, screw it. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. That's fine. It's another early entry basically, because this is before 6:45's close or whatever. So let's see. Can we hold this VWAP? Can we get this push? I want to see this 50% tested of this. Okay, we're gonna move stop a little bit tighter. Okay, there's that previous high. I think I might just take, this will be 20 points here. Okay, well, I did not, okay, there we go. I was gonna say, like, I don't know what happened there, but took 20 points. And this is moving at 10 seconds a pop. You could just run through. My high is pretty much 7 points away from 50%. It's about a push. Perfect. Okay, so target would have been hit, but we moved stop from below, which was, it was like 500 something, and our TP was 800. Then I moved stop right below here, so it was a much tighter stop versus entry, and then we were up like 20-30 points, moved stop even tighter. So definitely could have waited for that full push up, especially 657, you know, darn, right at London close. Or not London close, right at the 7 o'clock hour, the new 15, the new 1, the new 4 is created. Should have held that there and not trailed so tightly. Emotions definitely got the best of me there. Okay, let's write that out. Okay, gonna mute myself real quick again, chat, so I can type. Sorry, I forgot I was on mute. But just doing my calculations and just seeing how I missed out on a heavier amount of points because I trailed so tight is just crazy. Yeah. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But you know what? Even though this is backtesting, I felt that emotion where I just, even entering the trade, I felt uncomfortable about how, like, why this stop was. So the chance that I had, the moment I had the chance to reduce my risk, I wanted to take it. So, yeah. But, yeah. I feel like price could continue to push higher, though, to fill this up to 280. But we'll see, like, in the next 15 minutes if it's even worth to take any more trades. Or was that our main trade? Because if we also look at the 5-minute, right here, this guy. So as soon as we pulled back into this 1-minute area, holding support, which is above VWAP as well, closing above, holding above, then this would have been our 5-minute, a candle 2 for entry. So we could have entered anywhere between this right here, this whole blue, up until this wick when it came down to retest. This whole thing we could have pretty much also entered in. So there's, multiple chances to go ahead and enter into the trade, but I still felt uneasy about my position. And I think that's because I also was already in my head about it. So, yeah. But anyways, go back into the trade, into the session. JJ Kumo thought tariffs were bad for market. Yeah, I mean, the bigger picture makes sense what the tariffs are supposed to do. So the immediate relief or the immediate response to tariffs isn't going to be the best because ultimately it affects consumers, and I can see why the stock market doesn't like that. So in my opinion, it still is kind of bad. But, things change. Like the tariff policy has been changing constantly with the talks with Canada and Mexico and all the other policies in between, and then the war conversation. So it's just a volatile market, so super volatile. So hopefully you're able to trade well during the volatility, Jacamo. Akim, looking for temporary upside tomorrow and Friday for NQ and Bitcoin. I know for sure Bitcoin will pop out of the bearish wedge in the upside and then dump lower Monday of next week. Interesting, Akim. Very interesting. To be fair, I was also kind of interested in the idea of NQ pushing up as well, at least a little bit more. I wanted to see a retest of 21,000 right up here. Just because we have, right here, we have these almost equal highs, like right below 21,000. So if we can run that, that would push us right into 21,000. Maybe if we could push even higher into like 21,200, would have loved something like that, a retest of these previous support levels. Let me hide everything, looks crazy. But this previous kind of support range right here, would have loved a retest of it, which is pretty much 21,000. And then maybe if we could push higher into this 21.2 where the other higher wicks are. I would have really liked something like that, especially because we're bouncing off what was another previous support zone. But we'll see, right? I mean, I'm very open to also price coming down lower to take out this 18,000 right here. Because we do have both of these kind of standing still together. I would not mind that, entering into longer portfolio positions, but yeah, we'll see what happens. But thanks for your insight. That actually, never knows it's going to work out tomorrow, so. But okay, let's look back here and let's see if there's any more trades to take. 658. Okay, so we retested the 15. See if we can get the opening range breakout and hold over. To be fair, I mean, again, I want to see it go to 280. I would like a 280 push if we could. Even though the higher time frame looks like a head and shoulders to me. Let's see. Rogue T, do you use Delta or any order flow tool? No, I do not. I used to use Delta, like cumulative Delta on Tradeovate, but I don't anymore. And then for order flow tool, the only one I've used in the past was Bookmap, but I don't use it anymore. So I do not. Okay, so this would have been a 1, 2, 3 candle. I was not paying attention, as you can tell. I was reading the chat. But 1, 2, 3, would we have had a chance? So our breakout, 658, 659, new 5-minute candle opens. So the breakout, retest below. And this is like what we were talking about earlier. However, there's no 5-minute imbalances for us to use to even target to enter into. So it would just be the 15 orb at this point as the playbook. We would use the opening range, low and high, in combination with the imbalance to target each other. $7.10. Here's that range, super rangy. How's everyone doing tonight, though? A lot of people have been popping in, which is pretty cool. Surprised you guys are actually up right now. Pretty neat. Okay, looks like that's the end of this session. 7:14. Let's see how 7:15 closes. Actually, right here. Something right here would have been interesting for a long. Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna call it on this session. Let's go to the next one. Yeah, maybe would a long be even worth there? That was 2 retests of it. Wick test, that's why. 203 wick test. We got it twice. For a push into 280. Yeah, no, that's it. Okay, that's almost 8 a.m. on this one. So we are gonna move on to the next day. $6.29. Okay. Akeem, thanks for acknowledging my comment. Yeah, of course. Mostly swing trader, but tuning in other people's streams in the trading industry is just a hobby of mine. Oh, that's so cool. Well, that's really neat that you're a swing trader. I feel like swing trading definitely could be less stressful in some capacity because obviously you set and forget and you're going off like the higher time frame, which is in my opinion more clearer and better than the lower time frame compared to for swingers. I mean, the only thing about obviously the stress part is like knowing that you have probably a little bit more size or that you have to hold the trade for longer, so going through like the ups and downs of it if you don't or if you are looking at it. So yeah, kudos for you though. Swing trading is definitely something I want to get into in the future, but that's neat that you kind of pop into people's streams just to hang out. Let's see. Robe T, how many hours do you backtest a day? Nowadays I don't backtest as often. I kind of just been more focused on the mental part of it all, like the active thinking process, the journaling, the emotional side, the psychology piece of it all is something I'm more focused on. But getting back into backtesting, my goal for the year was to do like 3 hours a day minimum for 5 to 7 days a week. But now I'm cutting it down to at least a minimum an hour a day. But it's so easy to go over just because time flies by. So I'm probably going to do like 1 to 3 hours per day. And maybe that's like 4 days a week, 3 days a week, something like that. I'm trying to find like that equal balance of what works best for me because I want to be locked in on both sides of the coin, but I also know that when I get so sucked into something like too much, I burn myself out because I like things just kind of like go by so quickly. So I burn myself out. So I'm trying to find like a happy medium. Hopefully that answers your question. Just in the money, like that name. You'd make way more money trading your own capital, just saying. Yeah, I in time want to definitely have a big enough balance in my personal life to like just fully do that thing. But I've been doing smaller accounts, and I was going through much more emotional roller coasters when I was going into my personal life this year, so that I don't have that personal life anymore, unfortunately, because of the emotional craziness I've been going through. So in time, I would like to focus on building a bigger live account, micros, and doing my own capital. But for now, I'm just using prop firms and just trying to lock it in there. But do you use your own personal life just in the money, or do you do prop firms as well? What's up, Chris? Thanks for popping in. Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, that's why I'm saying like I need to find like my happy medium. You know, it's really trying to see like 3 hours was a lot for me when I was trying to lock in at the time, and having like the goal of doing that 3 hours for 5 to 7 days, like what, that's 15 to 21 hours. Some people were doing like 15-hour days, I read online, 10-hour days, 8-hour days. I'm like, dude, how are you doing that much backtesting without burning out? Some people are just built different. So for me, it's like 3 hours was a bit too much. So trying to cut down to 1 to 2. 1 to 2, and then adding in the rating, that's not back testing, but adding in the rating has been 15-30 minutes. You know, if I get lost in the book, I get lost in the books. So yeah, but I've been doing that, and then the journaling also too, adding that in. So I guess that's more studying time for my trading, but not necessarily back testing. Chris, you make more money with prop firms and own capital. It's not a competition. Yeah, I mean, depending on the trader, you know, there's some people that say that if you start in a personal live and then you move into a prop, some traders, I'm not talking about every trader, but some traders say like it's easier on your personal live because less rules, you're your own risk manager, X, Y, and Z, and because you're already comfortable in your own personal life, there's no point for a prop firm. Then there's the other route where when you come into the space and you don't have access to a lot of capital, prop firms are like the better way to go about it. And you can make a lot of money with the leverage versus your expenses, obviously if you keep your expenses low. So it really depends. Roti, any traders you recommend learning from? I mean, depends on your strategy. So if you're an ICT trader, I'm a big fan of Tanya Trades and also Brian Stonk. They're both on YouTube. They're both on Twitter. I'm not sure about Instagram, but if you're ICT, I would recommend those two guys. Or, well, Tanya's a girl, and then Brian's a guy. But those two people, and then also Trader Kane. I know that he has a paid Discord group. I'm not part of it, but he's made a killing from the Apex prop payout, and also his personal live that he posted on social media, the whole journey about it. So he has a lot of credibility to learn from. And then as far as outside of ICT, I would say selling Rips. Rips is a really good trader, super smart with the trades and then also psychology portion. So I really like his trading method. And then if you're more specific about getting prop firm payouts, but also like learning a strategy, FSP, someone that I've been watching a lot, and also trying to understand how to scale into winning positions. So those 5 is what I've listed so far are like the people I would recommend. Both if you want ICT, because I know a lot of people are into ICT nowadays, and then also outside of ICT, using like support and resistance, using order flow. Those 2 people are really, really good. So yeah, hopefully that helps. And then there's of course like more people on social media that you can learn from, that other people have commented and validated on their behalf. So I know some people have said, Dave, I believe. Dave is his name. I'm blanking out right now on names. But anyways, yeah, those are the top 5. Chris, you don't trade with Apex anymore? So I did trade with them. I had a set of accounts in January, if you're following me on Twitter, and I think I posted on YouTube too, as well. But I had a set of accounts ready for payout, all good, like ready to go, and then I blew them. So I took like a little break from them at that point because that was like a couple of thousands of dollars, like above $10,000 in payouts I could have requested. I think upwards to like 20,000, and then it went down to like maybe 12 or something that I could have locked in. So then I took a break at that point from Apex, and then the recent 90% sale that happened from Patrick's live stream, I snagged a few there. Didn't really do too well. So that was the last time I traded with him. And I believe tomorrow Rips is having his live stream where he might have a special discount. I don't know if it's from Apex or who it's from, but he's going to be having some type of special discount. So I'm going to be tuning in tomorrow morning to see if there is any Apex discounts, because I wouldn't mind to snag a few more and try to rebuild with them, because I do like the scaling plan as far as like up to 20 accounts in time. So yeah, so yes, I do trade with them, but as of this very present moment, I don't have any accounts with them. Rope T, I like ICT, thanks. Okay, cool, perfect. So you're probably familiar with those three people already. I think also, excuse me, there's one other trader who's more on the uprise, and his name is Nix, N-I-X, N like Nancy, I like Igloo, X like Xavier. Nix on Twitter. He's also a pretty solid trader. He's been locking in some crazy payouts from Top Step, showing a lot of consistency, and I think he does ICT, so if you want to check him out as well, Rope T. Chris, special discounts, those discounts only available using their code. I think so. I'm assuming it's going to be an exclusive discount between Rips and the company he's partnering with. So yeah, it would be probably code Rips for that special discount tomorrow morning. I think his stream is at 5 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 8 a.m. Eastern Time. So I don't know what company it is, but if you tune into his stream, he's doing like a nice discount or something. So hopefully it's something good. Are you trading with Apex, Chris? I learned the most from NBB Trader, to be honest, with ICT. Cool. I don't know who NBB is, and I don't trade ICT, but that's really cool. Hopefully for other people watching the stream, if they need a suggestion based off of what you're saying, Rope T, NBB Trader is a good ICT trader or teacher. Chris, yeah, made 48K from March. Oh, nice, dude. Congratulations. That's so awesome. Dude, I'm literally, I gotta get on that level. Gotta get on that level. I'm just trying to lock in my mentality first. Or not my mentality. My thinking and emotional part of it all. It's been so much better though, like I'm not even kidding. Ever since I started reading this book, well, I already finished it. But it's been really, really, really insightful, and I felt like such a breakthrough this past week with it, and the past 2 weeks with it. And so I'm definitely in a healing era right now, and slowly but surely getting on track of getting those payouts. So should have another tick payout next week, and then gonna try to regrow my Tradeify accounts. Blue 5 PAs though, 4 left. Oh, you got it. I mean, at least you have a nice amount of profits made to cover all the expenses for you to get some more PAs. So yeah, hopefully tomorrow, if we do get that special discount from Rips' stream, maybe you can get some more accounts. Wait, Chris, what kind of trading do you do? Do you do supply and demand, ICT, trendline, patterns? Okay, let's do some more back testing while we're waiting. What time is it? 9:09. Okay, I'm probably gonna hop off in the next 15 minutes here. 6:30. So we finally tapped into this imbalance here. You can see we took the 50% mark right there, and we still have the rest of it to go. So pretty nice. We took the first 50%, then we came down to take this next one here. Okay. Actually, this is kind of expanded. Let's do 7:30. Okay, and then there's nothing on the upside except for this. So support resistance is not really holding strong anymore, to be fair. kind of. Actually, kind of. It took the opening range breakout high from the previous day. We still technically have this 15 that we could fill. Okay, and then on the 5, we took this whole imbalance retest already. Okay, oh, that's 6:30. No 5-minute imbalances to the downside to mark. And then none from yesterday morning too, just crazy range mode. Okay, let's see how price. Holding VWAP. Breaking VWAP. $640. 6:45. Okay, so now we have to mark our cool. Why didn't that mark? 15-minute high. There we go. Oh no, not 1 hour high. 15-minute. Hopefully that updates. That's weird. Okay, let's see how we go. Let's do 10 seconds. 6:45. Oh, whoops. Okay, here we go. So we're in this range. Chris, just support and resistance. Very basic. Oh, nice. Honestly, you cannot go wrong with something simple. And I'm not gonna lie, a part of me wants to kind of scrap this whole thing. But at the same time, I don't want to give up on this strategy just yet because I forward tested it a few times. I've obviously done my back testing. I see the stats from it. It shows it works. Just gotta stick with it. So like it's ingrained in my brain. But at the same time, like if I do something much more simpler, or if I enter into like support and resistance or supply and demand like I used to, it's just less thinking that I have to do and like less reaction time technically needed in a way. But at the same time, like if stats are showing me that it works, I have to stick with it, right? So, but that's really cool that you have something that's so simple and that it works for you, dude, literally. How long have you been training for, Chris? Hey, what's up, David? Thanks for coming in. Okay, let's see. We are 6:45 still. This is 6:48. Okay, there's the break of the low. Okay, this is the 6:50 time frame. Pause, go back to the, actually no. What is this? 6:50. Uh-oh. Oh, whoops. Oh, no. Nope. Dang, that sucks. I kind of saw everything that happened. Not the 1 hour. We'll do 1 minute. Okay, so we did get the break, right? We did note that we got the break. This is the break. This could be the retest, right? That's the break. This is the retest. So this is not imbalance, but this is rather opening range breakout. There's the 100s, there's the 90s. There is our imbalances below. So the only entry that we could have possibly taken, the best one would have been here, as you can obviously tell, at 6 o'clock. But we could have taken it again at 6:20. It's an ugly, I don't like the opening to be able to do it, but you could technically do the 6:35, but I'm not vibing with that. Maybe, yeah, so, okay. Okay, so this is 57 down here, took more of the H1. Couldn't even grab the sell side. Uh-oh, can't grab it. Could not grab it. Sell side. Okay. So we had a crazy drop, crazy move down. Is this candle 2? But where would our imbalance test be? Would it be back up here at 280? What time frame is this? 7:10. Okay, so 7:12. Okay, so it is right at our time frame. Let's see if we can get it down to like 90, something like that. Stop loss, go in the 70s. TP. Maybe we can see if we could trail back here, and then if anything, we'll just trail up as we go. So if we can break 15 or below. Let's see how the 5s kind of react. Let's just do it. Let's just try it. If we even get filled. I don't think so, because this is where the open of that candle is, right? So I think our entry should be more up here. It should be maybe up here. Okay, let's see. Oh no, see, it still would, it would have gotten us in right here. Dang, if I do end up moving my stop though right here. One to 2, but that's a huge stop loss. Not too comfortable with that. Yeah, I am not comfortable with that. Probably gonna keep it tighter. Yeah, just keep it here instead. If we can reclaim 23, then I'll move stop like a few points. I'll probably move it right to 80s. Candle 1, 2, 3 so far is holding. Not yet. Not grabbing 23 yet. I haven't technically let go of my stop, guys. I'm still holding it. Still holding it. That's why it hasn't been tapped. If I actually just click exit. Oh, nope. Yeah, my stop was still at 76 there. Is it gonna stop me out? Just leave it. 74. Let's see. Okay, it was at 76. I'm just gonna leave it at 74. Okay, come on. Break and hold over. Oops. Opening range breakout low is at 40. This seems pretty weak. This is 7:30 at this point. Okay, there's a 23. I will move stop. Okay, we just took the opening range low Oh shoot, I didn't get to move stop. Okay, well, great. That's fine. We'll just leave it where it was again. Continue to leave it where it is. Okay, and then it's moving back up now. Awesome. Okay, now let's do... I guess we can leave it 20 points right here. 25 right here. Oh shoot, crap. Okay, hold on, pause. 28. How come I didn't fill me right? Whatever, it's fine. So, yeah, we still locked in there. That was really uncomfortable. So we swept this. Okay, I'm gonna talk through my thought process here, so I don't have to write about it. So let me make a note of this position that I traded. I think my brain is starting to feel fried, and then drinking this drink as well. I'm feeling kind of fried right now. Live stream 327 156. Work. Okay, let's talk about my thought process. So I was looking for 1, 2, 3 setups. So 1, 2, 3. I obviously entered here in this candle, which was at 7:13. So 3 minutes after 7:10, 2 minutes before 7:15. That's like a really crucial time in my opinion where a lot of things kind of happen with the market, 6:45 to 7:15. So we're coming towards the end of that. I wanted to see some movement. We got in there. We obviously didn't get it. And I had my stop placed underneath this wick here at 70. It was like 76 to 74. It was around there. So my thought process is, okay, I want to see us, if we're still holding here, I want to come and retest this opening range breakout low, because we broke out of it, but we didn't get a full retest yet. And we had just bounced and failed to sweep the sell side below. So if we are bouncing this kind of strength higher, then just a quick retest of the orb low made sense to me. But my profit target was even higher up here in the event that price was willing to actually push stronger to the upside, and I could just trail my stop instead. So as price was moving and coming closer here, I was already initially uncomfortable with the risk, but knowing that it was a 1 to like 2-ish, it kind of eased my brain a little bit, because obviously the risk is still less than my reward on this trade specifically. At the same time, I was starting to feel even more antsy because I saw price come back towards my stop loss. Didn't take me out, thankfully, because my stop loss was still set here, even though I was dragging it around. You can notice on the 1 minute chart, I think it was, and even on the chart over here, which is supposed to be the 15, not the 1 hour. No wonder it looks all crazy. That the stop loss was still set on the screen. It just only on the 5 is where I was dragging it up and down. And then as price continued to move on, we finally got that breakout and touching that 23 like I was talking about. I wanted to see a closure over it. And before we had the full closure, I was already moving my stop tighter. And then we had the closure. We actually pushed into the orb below as I was hoping for. And I was trying to trail my stop, but obviously I'm just moving too slow right now. I'm so out of it at this point. We pulled down. Thankfully, stop was still here on the 1 minute chart. I think it was. I was dragging the stop around, trying to trail. I never let it go. You could see on the left chart and then the middle chart that the stop loss was still in the same place, I believe. But either way, the stop wasn't moved. So that's why I didn't get taken out. Like, I didn't let it go on my mouse. So price retraced back of that breakout we had on the 1 minute, as well as where the 5 we broke out the 109 area right here, these wicks. So we retested the 109s, as you can see here, came back, retested, pushed back into the orb again, and I felt like that was my chance. Okay, let me get out of here, or more so, let me trail my stop even tighter, because if this time we are having this bullish push to push back into the range, stop loss is really tight, and I feel comfortable with that. So it glitched for a moment though. It didn't take me out, or I don't know what happened, but either way, I got out for about 25 25 points, so $500. And I mean, green is green, but at the same time, I was really uncomfortable with that risk, and more so just uncomfortable with like price taking forever to do its thing. That was a long time for me. So that was my whole thought process going into the trade, and my levels I placed at, what happened, what I was targeting, and my thought process to trail that position instead of just having it just go to my price target and then obviously leaving my stop where it was. I wanted to see I wanted it to just trail it and feel comfortable that way instead, because on the higher time frame, talked about it earlier, it looked like a head and shoulders to me. So shoulder, head, that next shoulder was being built, and this long wick from the 13th, it just looks like we tapped into it and failed. So at the end of the day, I would still like this to be filled, even if the 280s don't get it first. So yeah. Okay, so that is my breakdown of that trade. Chris, I remember your old strategy was very simple and you were killing it, Jess. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, honestly, maybe I should just resort back to supply and demand and keep it so simple that way, because you're right. I think when I started to progress in trading and more so like watch a lot more social media about trading, I was feeding into these different concepts and new shiny things that people were talking about, and I kept wanting to add it to what I was doing, and I kept strategy hopping, and it was so bad for me. And so finally, like, I kind of locked in and it made sense. So that's why last year I was able to like gather a lot of payouts. But for some reason, towards the end of this 2024 going into 2025, I was like, dude, I need to lock in even more and stop listening to the noise and jumping strats and just do that. But now I feel like I'm starting from square one again, and I don't know if it's the best path for me to do it, but based on the stats and like the data of this strategy, like it makes sense and it's working, but I just have to, again, like engrave it in my brain. So yeah, but you're right, my old strat was simple and it worked. I don't know why I jumped out of it. Maybe I should just go back to it. Supply and demand. That's it. And VWAP, just using VWAP. Chris, he started in futures 2022, but then trading overall 2020. Oh, nice. So you've been at this for about 5 years or so, and then futures for about 3-ish years? Dude, that's so sick. Congrats on all the payouts you've been making and the progress. It's really good to hear from you, though, because it's been a while. So it's nice to see you. Hopefully everything's going well, though, with you and your family and everything outside of trading. Kevin, what do you think of today's price action, Jess? I noticed I have my worst days on continuation days like today. To be fair, I actually don't remember even how price action was. Let me take a look real quick. Oh yeah, that it was like super trendy downwards. So I like and despise these days at the same time. So I like these days because obviously, like, wherever you enter for a short in this specific instance, you know, you're able to catch something, because obviously the short momentum is all day. So it is nice. At the other end of it, I don't like, because if I want to focus on my rebalance strategy, I want to have the opportunity for price to come back to rebalance. And on trending days, rebalance strategy does not work at all. So then I have to resort to my trendline strategy, or more so like the 15-minute orb strategy. That's a whole other conversation. So I feel mixed about it. It's like one end I like it as well because, or I'm sorry, on one end I like it because, like I said, you can enter anywhere and pretty much get a good trade if you're just focused on shorts. And also with all these liquidity areas on the left, like there's a lot of opportunity for you to kind of get a level marked. There's also the opening gap that we had previously right here. So there's that. But I also don't like because I can't focus on my rebalance. And then every chance you want it to kind of like move up again and hit higher targets on the higher time frame, it's not working out. So very mixed emotions about it. I caught a bag on the short side for one of my fundeds, and then all my other ones I hit DLL. So that's why it's pretty mixed for me today, sadly. But yeah, your worst days on continuation days. Yeah, sometimes it's days like when you notice there's a big trend, it's just better to log off than if you notice these things. I myself have to be able to quickly recognize if it's a trend day. Some days I don't recognize right away. And then I get caught up in the chop by the time I recognize it's a trend day. So just gotta lock it up and walk away. Robe T, what's your strat, if you don't mind me sharing? Yeah, so I talked about it in the beginning of the stream, but the current strategy I'm really trying to focus on is this rebalance one. Let me actually pull up the playbook so you can see the exact things I'm looking for. So my rebalance strat is quite simple. I'm looking for 2 imbalances created on the 5-minute time frame. The higher time frames, if there is an imbalance, that means it's a strong level. So I will consider those as well. But I do want to see a clear market structure shift where internal or external liquidity is swept. And then at that point on the 5-minute time frame, I want to see a 1, 2, 3 candle setup be created. So a 1, 2, 3 would look like this is candle 1, candle 2, candle 3. So candle 1's low in this case would be taken by candle 2. Candle 2's low would be the lowest of the 3 candles. And then as candle 3 is opening, candle 3 will not be lower than candle 2. And then vice versa, if you're on the bull side, then it's the highs, it's not the lows. So that's like the basic criteria for a trade, to enter into a trade if those things are met. And then the more imbalances created, the better. I'm talking like 3 5-minute imbalances, 4 5-minute imbalances. That'd be amazing. And then with the gap as well, even better. So like today, for example, really great opportunity with the gap fill. Gap fills are super strong. So if we have the trend, if we have continuation, and there's imbalances with the gap, super strong and high likelihood for it to get filled across the board. As far as market conditions, I'm looking for some type of liquidity to be swept, just like it notes here in the number 2 entry criteria. And then I do also want to make sure I understand where there's support and resistance. So in this case, on the higher time frame, this was support and resistance. Obviously, we've broken through it and we're starting to close below it too. So support and resistance has been noted. Previous support now becoming resistance. So those are the main things for my strategy I look for. So this is the entry, everything I talked about in the beginning, market conditions, and then to exit, I want to focus on exiting at 50% of an imbalance. So 50% of it would be where these dashed lines are. But there's also the other side, the other two. The other one is obviously hitting a risk to reward of a 1 to 2 or 1 to 3, because my average risk to reward on this strategy is around a 1 to 3-ish. Rare cases, it goes to 1 to 5. Obviously, if I have the capacity to hold long, then yes, it could be longer on trending days too. But I don't have that kind of mental ability yet to be able to hold trades for that long. So if I hit a 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 before hitting the 50%, just take it. And then the third path, which I do not have listed on here, is what you've been seeing me do, which is where I exit on a trailing stop. So if I'm up 20 points or so, I don't mind to kind of trail my stop at that point to the 10, 15, 20, 25 points. Because at that point, I'm still locking in the profits, and locking in is never a bad thing. Especially if I know my current mental capacity is not able to hold trades for long or to allow the trade to breathe. Locking in my opinion, is never a bad thing to take profit. I'm definitely trying to work on that. It's tricky on some days, it's good on others, but trailing stops is my third path that I use for exiting criteria. So that's my strategy for entering, exiting, and the market conditions I'm looking for. I hope that helps. Feel free to go in the beginning of this video as well. I do go over 2 examples about them, and then throughout the stream I've been talking about my strategy as well. I lost where I'm at. Nathan, hey Jess, how's your night? Not too bad, honestly. I'm having a good time with everyone in here. Got my cold one. I feel a bit warm on my face. I get the Asian glow if you didn't know. So yeah, but I'm doing all right. I feel like I'm starting to get a little under the weather as well because it was so hot last week. This week is literally clouds and it drizzled, so it kind of sucks, but yeah. I blew my tops of XFA with 2K in it today. It's been tough. Last week I had another XFA with 4K and now they're taking me out in the last trade. I blew it. Been rough. I'm sorry about that, Nathan, about losing your 2 XFAs, especially when you're up in profits, and one of them you were ready for a payout, but on the last trade, unfortunately, you lost it. Definitely have been there. Every trader has probably been there, honestly, so you're not alone, and it happens to the best of us. But just know that if you're able to do it the first time, if you're able to do it last week, you're able to bring profits again in your account this week, it just goes to show that you are able to bring profits in your account, and it just means you have to lock in a little bit more to make sure that once you have the payout amount in your account, stop trading, get the payout, make that money real, and then come back into the markets again. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Also, if you're starting to feel that kind of emotion from last week and then the trades from today from your XFA carry on into like the future trades to come, just take a quick little break. You know, I would recommend like a day off, 2 days off. The weekend's coming around the corner, you can have an early weekend, because taking a trading break can really clear the mind and any of that emotional baggage you carry from past accounts where you're feeling the way you do. So if that can help, hopefully that works. But you did it once, you made all that money before, you could do it again. I believe in you, Nathan. So Kevin, thanks for the input. Yeah, no problem. Robe T, so do you go counter trend only? So this strategy specifically, the rebalance, it is a intraday kind of counter trend, more so to just retest a level that we broke out of essentially. And I do have the other playbook where if I am going with the trend, then I just literally follow the trend line up. And then my other playbook is like a wick test, which is similar to a counter trend in a way where you're just quickly retesting a 5-minute wick that's not been tapped yet. So that is going against the overall trend just for a scalp. So those are like my 3 main plays I typically use. This one, the wick test, and then the trend line one, which usually with the trend line one, it follows through with liquidity sweeps. So yes, this strategy is, I guess, like a counter trend, but not overall higher time frame counter trend. It's more so an intraday rebalance to a certain level we broke out of. So pretty much like a break and retest, if you will. Hey, what's up, Almighty? Thanks for popping in. It's good to see you. Alex, how do you determine if it is an imbalance? Yeah, that's a great question. So let me go ahead and show you an imbalance. I guess I'll just do it on this 1 minute, or I'm sorry, this 1 hour. Or maybe I can do it on this 1 minute. Okay, we'll do it on this 1 hour. So an imbalance for me is going to be when you have 3 candles in the same direction, same color of body as well, and there's a space between the first wick and the third wick. So in this case, I know I have a lot of boxes going on here. Let me use this as an example right here. So we have 3 candle bodies. They're all black, which means they're all bearish, right? They're all going to the downside. And we have a space between this wick right here and this wick right here. So let me change the color so you can easily see it. That does not help at all. Come on, Jess, what are you doing? Okay, I think black might work. So you can see this imbalance, this wick, the first wick, the third wick. There's a big gap in between, and they're all the same color. That for me is an imbalance. That just means we have a lot of orders in this area that weren't fully like played through, and a chance for it to come back to retest this level. So that's an imbalance for me. They have to meet those 2 things in order to be marked on my chart. I will say that on my trading view, I have these 2 indicators that mark it for me. However, it sometimes does this. So this is not an imbalance for me, so I won't use it. I believe this is a fair value gap for ICT traders. I'm not super educated with fair value gaps. I'm just more educated with imbalances. So this is what I would use. See, 3 candles, same direction, all the same color, big gap between the first wick and the third wick. That's an imbalance for me. And then this is, I think, a fair value gap where they're not the same color. We have a blue and then 2 blacks. And then obviously the wick and the wick, that's the same. The only difference is the color of the candle body. So I don't know how to use this to my extent. I would assume it's similar to imbalances too. But this is what I use. This is what I focus on. Oh my, I never caught your live before. Always your post. I feel lucky. Oh, well, I'm glad you're able to pop in. Thanks for even taking the time to. I know a lot of people say the same thing too. I kind of stream live randomly, but I think Wednesdays might be my new time moving forward. So if that works for you guys, let me know. I'll probably put a voting poll up and then we can go from there. Thank you for explaining. Gee, man, everyone's strategy is different. Gotta love it. Yeah, seriously, there's so many strategies in this world. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. Because some strategies are like the exact same thing. They're just named differently. So, you know. But I do want to simplify mine more. I don't know. I don't know if I should just go back to what I know, which is supply and demand, or try to stick with this. I just feel like supply and demand, I struggled a little bit with locking in like entries better. And I feel like this will help me lock in better with entries and be able to see my full risk to reward better than what I was doing before. Because before, like, I would have a much more open mind about having really wide stop losses, and I think the importance of risk management to keep losses small is important for me in this chapter of my life, and I just want to make sure I do that. So that's why I'm really trying to make this one work as far as making my brain remember it. Things, I really appreciate the advice. The first live I've caught and is really nice and peaceful. Oh, well, thanks also for coming into my stream. Yeah, again, super random whenever I do stream, but it's usually really good vibes in my opinion. Everyone is always super nice and supportive and real with each other. Like, we talk about the ups and the downs and then what we think about the stuff. So, you know, I'm an aspiring trader as well. I am not a professional. I'm not consistently profitable yet. I'm not at the level a lot of other influencers are. Just some girl trying to make it, and it's nice to like hang out with people at the same time, you know? So I'm glad you find it really nice and peaceful. And yeah, hopefully my advice is helpful in some way, but I believe in you. You got it. You literally got it. You got it. Akeem, do you have some logic incorporated into your trading risk management? Perhaps when you lose a loss a couple times, you minimize size proportionally, and when you win, you are more aggressive. That's a great question, Akeem. So for me, I do not have that kind of logic incorporated in my risk management. As far as if I have multiple losses, I reduce size, or if I win, then I'm more aggressive. I will say for the loss size, my sizing, I kind of keep it consistent. The only time I start to change my sizing is when I feel tilt. When I start to get emotional, when I'm thinking too much about how I'm losing money, or I'm making too much money, or I start to feel affected by like what my P&L is showing, then that's when my sizing gets adjusted. And that's like the tricky part, right? Because it's all in my head, it's all in my mind. So that's why I've been focusing on that a lot. So technical side of So the technical side to my trading risk management is not the best. It's the emotional side that affects it more. I will say that the days I am calm and I'm able to detach myself really well, I am able to size into my trades pretty decently, like on my winners. If I see a break and retest and I'm super calm, I'll recognize it's a break. I'll wait for the retest to enter more. So then I'll add in maybe like 1 to 2 contracts, but I wouldn't do like a full load of like 10 just because I feel that calm. And on the flip side, you know, when I'm losing, I won't reduce my amount of size. I actually keep it all the same no matter what. I think it's probably better if I do reduce size, but the way I work is I keep it all the same. Hopefully that answered your question. As you can tell, my brain is fried, so I just feel like my responses are starting to get all over the place. Raul, what is your ideal risk to reward ratio? My ideal risk to reward is honestly just a 1-to-1. Very easy. Sometimes for prop trading, even having like a negative R&R is not too bad. There's this guy called Forex Ike on Twitter. He has a negative risk to reward, but I believe it's his win rate that's higher, and he's able to like take out consistent payouts. He's been taking consistent payouts, and it's amazing. So I would say if you're like a prop firm trader and risk to reward isn't that important for you, like having a negative R&R is not bad. I'm not promoting it, I'm just saying it's not bad. At the same time, I like a 1-to-1, a 1-to-2, because obviously you're 50-50 on a 1-to-1. You have a 50% chance to win or lose, and whether you win or lose, it's the same amount on either side. And base hits, a 1-to-1 is never like too difficult, or even like a 1 to 1.5. So 15-point stop, 30-point win, or I'm sorry, 10-point stop, 15-point win. It's not too bad, or even like 15-point stop and then 30-point win, that's the 1-to-2. Not too bad either. On NQ, it moves a lot faster, so that's a little bit more trickier, and I have usually wider stops. But then for ES, I have a way better risk to reward system. ES, I can easily capture like a 1-to-2 or like a 1-to-4, a 1-to-5. It's just so much easier on ES for some reason, but I don't like to trade it because it's too slow. So that's my ideal, 1-to-1, 1-to-2. This strategy specifically, this rebalance, on average, it's been making a 1-to-3, 3 and above. So that's why I think that this strategy can be great once I lock it in even more up here, because then my average risk to reward will go from a 1-to-1 to a 1-to-3, which is huge. Hi, new to the stream. I'm also funded and trying to make it as well. Love to see it. What prop firm are you using, and do you have any feedback on being consistent in the funded account? Dude, congrats on being funded and being new to the stream. Welcome aboard. Super nice to have you, Jesse. You didn't mess it up, honestly. Some people write the reward and then risk, and other people do risk to reward. All preference, so you're good. But I'm on the same wave as you. 1-to-2, 1-to-1, all good. But I would say for staying consistent, just doing what works for you. Like if you're already funded and you followed your rules to be able to pass the eval to begin with, like follow those same rules into your funded account and you'll be good to go. Nothing has to change. You keep everything the same. Now, obviously, if you're a bit more aggressive with your eval, like I am, then your sizing might be different. How you approach different opportunities in the market might be different too. So you might not be able to fully carry over those same rules and system from your eval to your funded. So I would say at that point, make sure you journal. Like, I know that's probably so boring to hear, cliche answer, but journal. Like, you don't even have to write anything crazy. You can talk about your emotions. You can talk about the trade analysis you see. But I would just say, like, to really review what you're doing. Because if you don't review it, whether it's writing it out or on TradeZella or on Excel spreadsheet or something, then it's going to easily be forgotten. So I would say journal. And then I would also say, if you don't have a routine yet, to start like incorporating a routine. So in that routine, we'll have the journal. In that routine, you have your pre-market analysis. In that routine, you'll have, if you drink coffee, a coffee before you trade. Like, create something where it's pretty consistent, because when you have consistency outside of the charts, you'll then bring that kind of discipline and consistency into the charts. So I hope that makes sense, Jesse, but that's at least the two pieces of advice I can say. That's how I was able to do pretty decently on my TickTick account, even after having my daily loss limit be hit. It's just I went back on, I refocused back on what's been working for me. I looked at my data and I just made sure that I didn't do always the same mistakes that I did before. And that's why I was able to bring the account back up, lock in a payout, and now I'm doing the same thing again. So, yeah. Let's see. 1-to-3 micros max for me on the 50K. Oh, good for you, Jesse. Dang, I feel like I'm a gambler at this point then, because I'm doing like 1-to-3 minis on the 50K. So, you see, like, everyone's different. All right, Akeem. My gosh, my hair is in my eyes. Peace out. You're very kind. Hope that the trading gods bless you. I have always told myself that those who want to win at something, if they really want it, they will win it all. or they will win at it. Oh, Keem, thank you for being in the stream. I appreciate it. Hope you have a nice night. And I hope that the trading gods give you much more success as well. I definitely believe the same thing. If something's meant for you, it will be for you. And especially if you work hard and smart and with your whole heart in it, then nothing can truly be against you when you're trying to get that goal. So keep on trucking along. Jesse, yes, journal is something I don't do. I appreciate that. I'll try it out. Routine, got it. I have a full-time job and trade on my phone for extra income. Dude, good for you, Jesse. Honestly, so in that case, if you haven't tried journaling, I just recommend it. Free Excel spreadsheet on Google. You can obviously purchase TradeZella. I also use a journal book. You can use a journal book like this to actually like write out your trades, write out your thoughts, write out everything. Because I have a journal on my computer, I don't write anything trading related as far as like analysis in my book here. In my book, it's more about like thought process, beliefs, gratitude, unpacking everything else in my brain onto there. But honestly, like, it really helps a lot. And I just can't stress it enough. Some people don't like journaling. Some people don't need it, especially when they're so far along into their journey. They don't really do it as often or as, I would say, as lengthy as people in the beginning do. But that makes sense because obviously like you're more quicker to react to know like what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, and you know yourself much better later on down the line. But if you're still new to it all, for sure the journaling has been so big for me. Yeah. And then as far as like doing it as a side income, dude, that's so smart. So for me, I also was working full-time too, and you know my focus was obviously my job at the same time trying to build up my personal businesses, and then also with trading too, it was about trying to build the skill, and then at the same time trying to build a nice cushion so in the event I leave my corporate space and I have a nice flow of income from my personal businesses, and then I feel good where I'm at, then I could leave my full-time and then focus on my personal business, and then also at the same time I could still focus on my trading. So it's important, I think, to have like other things that kind of distract you in a sense, in a good way, from trading, because trading could be so taxing, and if you put everything into trading alone, it can be taxing. Definitely been down that path. But if you have positive things to help you along the way, like making sure again you journal, or you're getting enough sun every day, you're spending time with people you love every now and then, you know, you're doing some hobbies that bring you joy, it can help a little bit with the stress from trading. So the fact that you have a full-time job is not a bad thing. I think that's honestly great, and you're able to not feel so stressed when you are trading, and I'm sure you've heard of that before too. But if you are trading on your phone, I would say if you are addicted to being on your phone, especially looking at the charts, if you have TradingView, the app, or TradeAway app, I would probably delete it as a suggestion, just a friendly suggestion. That's only if you're addicted, because I was at that point too where I was like super addicted to the charts, and it became everything for me. I would be on my phone all the time, be on my laptop all the time, just so I can look at the charts. So at the same time, that encouraged bad behaviors, like me wanting to trade because I had the charts open the whole time. So that's why I avoid evening sessions for live trading, because of that experience. So that's only if you're addicted to trading. But the other side too is like, if you are able to like reduce the amount of time you spend on your phone as well from trading, because you have a full-time job, because it could be addicting, that would be really cool too. So like if you have a set time you can trade, keep it there and then lock it out. I think that might help a lot with keeping accounts for longer, and then for consistency across the board. Game Boy Tommy. Hey, what's up, Tommy? Yo, good to see you, dude. Yeah, I just glad you're back. Just took a 4K payout last week. My goal is 200 a day with 5 XFAs. That's 1,000 a day, going for base hits overtime. Dude, good for you, Tommy. Get that bag. That's a great goal. Base hits are literally everything. I actually want to really get back into that mentality with the prop firm game while I lock in with this strategy, because base hits overtime really is a big thing, especially when you have multiple accounts. So good for you, Tommy. Keep me updated, yeah? Like how it goes. Jesse, may I ask where you trade from? Yeah, I trade on TradeAway. So I use TradingView as a way to chart, but I trade from Trade8. So that's my brokerage for personal live and then for prop firms. I've done Project X before, and I've also done NinjaTrader. I don't do NinjaTrader anymore because I have a Mac and I don't want to use parallels. That's the only reason why. And I've done Project X because of Top Step X. I do like it. There is a bit more times where it's glitchy, but I do like the platform with Top Step X a lot because of all the features. I think it's one of the coolest and best things ever. So, yeah. But I will say Trade8's my number one favorite because of how simple it is. I do wish that the bracket orders were fixed a bit better, but it's chill. But I think I'm going to go ahead and end it here, guys. Been live streaming for about 2.5 hours now. Not sure if anyone else has any more questions, comments, or whatnot, but feel free to throw it in the chat, if anything, in the next, 3 minutes here. Tommy, good night, will do. Yeah, dude, so good to see you. Good night to you, too. And looking forward to your progress, especially with having multiple accounts. I'm stoked for you. I really, really hope that everything goes well. Get that bag, get paid, keep me posted. Okay, same. I like to integrate Trade8 to TradingView, also on TradeDate prop firm. Nice, dude, nice. Yeah, it's easy, right? Especially if TradingView is free through the prop firm, you might as well. So, but yeah, I don't like to trade off of TradingView because I realize that it doesn't move real time technically. There's a slight delay versus Trade8. Every single movement, every single tick it shows versus this one, it just lags a little bit. So that's the only reason why. What's your prop firm of choice? So it's a tough one because I have literally a whole stack that I really, really like based on preference, based on payout rules, based on customer support, that thing. So I'm sure you've seen the 6 that I mainly trade with. So the 6 that I have on my list, and I'll tell you my tops. So my 6 on my list in no particular order is My Funded Futures, My Funded Futures, Tradeify, Top Step, Apex, Trade Day, and then also I have Tick on there because I'm funded with them and I've gotten paid out, no issues on my end. So it's those 6. I hope I'm not missing any as well, because if I am, I'm going to be I don't even know what I'm going to be. I'm so tired. 1 second. Yeah, those are my 6. I said, Take Profit Trader. Oh, how did I forget? Unless I already said that. But Take Profit Trader as well. So I would say my top picks, though, will have to be My Funded Futures. Pays out very, very fast. Super fast customer support team. So many different accounts available for any type of trader, and has made some really crazy good positive innovations since they've started in the space. Especially in the beginning, they had a negative launch, and I talked about it on my channel. And since then, they really turned around, took all the feedback, and been really positive. So they're number 1 for sure on my list. Then it would be between Take Profit and Tradeify. Yeah. So Take Profit, I really love their daily payouts. I think that they really changed the game with having multiple live accounts and having the opportunity to, again, the daily payouts thing. When you go into a live, it's a 90-10 split, which is huge. And you can do multiple withdrawals per day in the live accounts, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, or at least in the pro accounts you could do multiple. So really like that, and especially they removed the daily loss limit because before it used to be a hard rule. So that's why they moved up a lot in my list. Really, really good company. And then Tradeify I mentioned because Tradeify has been really great customer support, really great team back end. I think that they're really innovative when it came to the straight to sim funded accounts, and being able to, yes, they had to adjust their rules, but they still gave time for their traders to be able to adjust accordingly And with those rule adjustments, they're obviously here for the long game. They've been rolling out some really great innovations as well, like the journal access with TradeSage. I know that they have another upcoming release in the next coming like 30 days or so. New like graphics as well when it comes to showing your calendar and your trades for more specific transparency. And then I would also say with their ability to kind of adjust based on prop firm needs has been huge. And obviously all the payouts they've been doing, like there's been, I think like very little, if none, for payout denials. So that goes to show that they're really up there. They've been doing great with their payouts and they're super fast too. So the other prop firms that are on, no, those are my top three. So I had my one, then I had my top two that were kind of like fighting for level 2. And then I guess my third one would be also tied between Trade Day and Apex. It's kind of a touchy one just because with Trade Day, I truly love the daily payouts. I think that is the biggest plus, alongside their really strong customer support team. Their customer support team is literally out of this world. They really care about their traders. So there's that. But then for Apex, it would have to be the ability to scale up to 20 accounts. Like no company offers that. So if you're able to obviously like handle that many accounts and do well, you'll get paid out for it. And based on how they've been handling payouts more recently compared to the last few months, they've been improving a lot more. And as long as you stick to the rules, you get paid out. So if there's no more issues in the payout world of Apex and you have the ability to scale up to 20 and the pricing isn't too off, it's pretty competitive with other companies, that's why they're there as well. So yeah, TickTick's the only one that's not really in the top 3 list per se, just because I think that with their new policy changes, they have some things that I would hope to be adjusted, more specifically the safety threshold. Like the 150K that I have to make now $10,500 in total profits or like the account balance has to be that in order to take a 3K payout, because I have to keep the $7,500 threshold in there. So I see like why you should keep it for the company side and for the trader side, right? Not to blow the account so quick, but I just feel like it's tough to want to vouch for that path or those accounts if you're only getting 3K and you have to keep 7,500 in there, right? And then the other end, more specifically, would also be the 80-20 split. Like it went from 90-10 to 80-20. And I think that if you're, pushed to make more profits, but you can only take 80% of that now, it just takes away some of the shine. I think if they at least kept the 90-10 split, it wouldn't be so rough. But now that it's 80-20 with even higher cap for your profits, I hope what I said makes sense. So that's my prop firms of choice. Also talking about specific reasons why, like some of them are more on the top end versus the bottom end. Jesse, learn and earn rewards on trade day is nice. Also, I've got free activation fees from those points. Dude, good work. You see, that's like the best. Like having on trade day those reward points. I also did that myself. I used it for a reset, but those are so clutch. And then also when it comes to Take Profit Trader, for every purchase you make, you get points too. And like that is such a clutch too, because you can use that for resets. You can use it for free accounts. If you save up 50,000, you can get a free pro account. So there's like some huge benefits if companies have bonuses, or I should say point systems that you could take part of. But that was the last of the chat. Oh wait, Justin, what's up, Justin? Thanks for popping in, dude. Happy Wednesday. I'm actually hopping off here now. I just wanted to answer that last question for Jesse about prop firms of choice and like break down a little bit more about why I have certain accounts on my list. But I just want to say thank you to everyone for coming in today. I really hope that this stream helped in some way, and just hanging out and vibing was a good time. And just know that I believe in you guys. We are all going to make it. I really, really believe in that. So hopefully hopefully, leaving the stream, you guys take some of my luck and you guys crush it tomorrow. If you don't do well tomorrow, it's not because of me. But no, seriously, thank you guys for popping in. I really hope you have a good night, good morning, good evening. And I will be streaming with you guys soon. Don't forget, the giveaway is live right now. Do the giveaway form if you want to enter into My Fund of Futures E2L account. And also, we have the exclusive special discount of 35% off the E2Ls as well. So use it up. That's up to 48 hours. And then the E2L giveaway is ending on Saturday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. So you have some time to enter. But yeah, feel free to go into it. We're going to have some more giveaways coming soon. We're already in the talks about what our next upcoming ones will be. That's why I was asking for all of your input in one of my previous polls. So whenever I put a poll out, make sure you engage, because that actually helps with collaborations with companies and being able to see like what you guys actually like and what you guys care about, et cetera, et cetera. So yes, thank you so much for your time and support. And as always, I wish you guys nothing but the best and the most success in all that you do. And I will see you guys all in the next video and the next stream. Oh, sorry, last two comments. Jesse just subbed. Hope to see you on soon. Yeah, dude, thank you for subbing. And I will most likely be on live stream either next Monday during the day or even for sure on Wednesday evening. I think Wednesdays might be our days for late streams. And then lastly, Pi, just the 1 to 2 step to live looks good. However, I prefer Star Plus because I'm still not confident live trading. Dude, literally, Pi, no worries. Like, the best part is that you know where you stand and what you're comfortable with right now, and that's the biggest piece. Like, at the end of the day, okay, NQ, I see you. At the end of the day, like, those options are there for the trader, and once you feel ready, like, hopefully they have that plan still available, or they might have something else better in the future, but at least you know that it'll be there in the future, and at least you know where you are. So just keep doing your thing, like locking those payouts with Starter Plus. You could eventually maybe even fund your own personal life if you're ready, but there's no pressure. I definitely think that the E2Ls are a great plan. Some people don't like them for their reasons, and definitely entitled to their opinions, but those bonuses are crazy good. I mean, who wouldn't want to make an extra $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 in free cash because you perform well, right? Like, that's killer. So to each their own, but that's the end of it. Thank you so much, guys, for coming in, and I will see you guys all in the next one.